For Revit, we have the file saved in this location here. So this is our VDC, and it's a collaborated shared model. Basically what that means is whenever you create your Revit file from your template, you go File, Save as Cloud Model. This one's already in the cloud, so I don't necessarily need to do that. And all you have to do is navigate to that folder and save it right there. This will make your version live linked. Anybody can access it. It's all work shared, all that kind of good stuff. All right, there's a couple more things that we need to do though, and that's going to be setting up your view. So as you notice here, this is going to be my view. Similar to how you'd export a Navisworks file if you've done that in the past. Basically all you want to do is isolate your system, create a view for it. Your view should be called either coordination, which is what I'm doing, but everybody else should be called mech, M-E-C-H, plumb, elec, E-L-E-C, or fire. There is a possibility where you might want to break them up into two separate models. For example, mech pipe or mech duct. You can do that by views. So whatever that is, just create it inside of your export sorter right here. We have our 3D views. Basically, this is the view that we need that's going to be exported constantly. We're going to tell our Revit model every time that we publish, which occurs automatically daily, or we can do it manually as many times as we want throughout the day. Every time that we publish, this is what view is getting published, and this is what view gets updated in the model coordination tool. All right, so to do this, like I said, you create the view, set it up however you want, make sure that there's no annotations, make sure there's no analytical elements. Always got to make sure that this is set to fine, because some pipes will just show up as lines if it's not set to fine. And I personally like to do it shaded, but you don't necessarily have to. It will pick up materiality, so in the model coordination tool, if you want to set materials for certain things, color code your systems rather than it coming in all gray, you can code the materials that way. That is also taken care of in Navisworks, but it won't be visible like that inside of the ACC coordination tool, just for heads up. Once the view is all set up, next up we got to go is Collaborate tab, Publish Settings. Under Publish Settings, we have this coordination set. Under the coordination set, we want to find our views that we want to publish. So if it's plumb, you'll do plumb. If it's mech pipe and mech duct, you'll select both of those and it will be under coordination. Make sure you hit this include check box here. You can do this drop down to see all the 3D views in the model. Now essentially all this is doing is whenever you hit this include, save and close, sync, and then publish, this is going into this right here, and this is the view. So you're telling it to publish the view. This is what it produces. Nothing too complicated there, but we can also do the 2D views. So if you notice here, I don't have anything published, but you can have all your 2D views here. Common things that you could publish there would be like sheets, if you wanted to view your sheets online. We don't use those for coordination, so it's not really important for this video, I'm just showing you what you could do. Alright, so save and close, we'll sync up. Next up I have to go to is publish. Like I said, these will publish automatically daily. If you want to publish it manually, you just have to come here. You'll notice that this is the Autodesk Docs, your project. Go to the location, and you'll see your files here. Mine is up to date. If it is not up to date, you can always hit this top right. Can't see it because my video is in the way, but there's a refresh button up here that you can do. Basically, you refresh it, loads a little bit, and you'll be able to see some updates. So, publish status, latest is already published, or update available. Those are really your two options that you'll see in the last time that it was modified and last time that it was published. So if you want to update manually, right click and then hit publish latest. It'll process, takes like 20 minutes, 30 minutes to process and get fully done with that whole thing, but then it will be available on ACC. That is the whole Revit process startup. It is crucial that you only have what is visible, you only have what you need visible in this view. Nothing, no extra links, no duplicated elements. If it's in If you have your two views like mechanical pipe and mechanical duct, you make sure that your equipment is only being shown on one. It is honestly best to do this with visibility graphics overrides, so hit the VV, find all this stuff, don't show annotations, control it via worksets. You can do it in a variety of different ways. I don't care how you do it necessarily, as long as it's thorough. And you want to kind of future-proof yourself. You want to make sure that whenever you model something else in the future that it shows up on the correct view. You don't have to go into this view every time that you save or do something and modify it. So that's my word of advice there. Next up we have the model coordination tool, and I'll get into that in the next video.